Awesome. Well, welcome to the Ground Zero podcast with Jump and, of course, Big Daddy Wit over there as well. Thanks for coming back, guys. We have now finished the team draft. We get into all the divisions and who's where. We got an interview with our new member Gonzo that Wit's going to take care of here in a second. We got a lot to go over. Back to ground zero. We got our team drafted, and that really solidified what we were talking about last week. With fun, family, everybody was there having a good time, and now we have our teams, our divisions, lots and lots of excitement as we get rolling. And here, let's see. We got a lot to go over today. Mostly, we're going to go over team draft results, kind of where teams went. Then we'll break down some of these divisions. But first, how about Wit? You wanna talk about our new member Gonzo a little bit?
Yeah. We had a busy week last week. Jump had the last draft, keepers. The team draft was a big event, always is in Ground Zero, fun event, and we got a brand new member to the family, Ground Zero Gonzo. We had a interview with him a couple days ago. He's been playing Madden for 7 years. He's never really participated in a CFM, so he's really excited. I think that he's really excited to be a part of this, and I kind of told him just enjoy it, be patient, have fun. I remember when I joined my first CFM, I think it was 6, 7 years ago, Jump, and I was getting annihilated by 50 points every game, and it makes you wonder what you're doing. But the community and the CFM and Ground Zero is just, for me, it's more about winning and winning, losing. It's more about having fun and being part of something different. So he's actually real friends, and he's actually friends with Waltz, one of our admins. Been an admin here since the get go. So it's really fun to
Awesome.
see Waltz bring one of his friends in real life into the league. So Anzo, look forward to having you in. I think you'll have a great time. You need anything, reach out to me, Jump, anybody in the league will help you out. So have a good time and enjoy it. So
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Getting someone in here new to CFMs. I remember it was probably almost a decade ago I did my first one. Now you always remember those first. You figure stuff out. I was awful to begin with, and eventually got better. But you learn to build a team. Yeah, that's exciting for.
and then we also I want to touch on, we also got one of our longtime owners back with us, Matt St. Jelly. That was
Oh yeah,
that was the best part of my day when I heard he's coming back. So I mean, he's been part of the league for a long time and stepped away for a little bit, and really excited to have Matt St. Jelly back with us, and his energy is great. I mean, he's got positive energy, has fun. He just brings so much to the table.
Jelly's the man. Yeah, no. When I think of that, that original core that kind of put the admin team that built it and really made this thing probably what it is, and made parachuted it forward or whatever it may be. Jelly was there, and he's always a lot of fun and a lot of streams and stuff. Yeah, I'm very excited to have our guy back.
Excited, very excited. So, you want to talk about the team draft? Real quick,
Yeah,
we can go
so
over.
first let's I'm gonna kind of quickly just go over the top 10. We can talk about the team. A lot of teams we probably expected to be in there, and then maybe we can just hit on a couple of points. But number one, we had the Eagles going, right. I don't know if that was too big of a surprise. Good team. So one went the Eagles, then the Jets, a young team, Dolphins, young team, but obvious kind of where that was,
Yes.
right. They're filthy fast. Bills makes a lot of sense. Awesome team. Cardinals. Then we had the Bucks, followed by the Saints. Your Saints.
Yeah,
The
right there.
your Saints.
Right
That's right.
there.
Yeah, man. Then the Colts. We have a lot of Indiana guys in here, so I didn't think they were going to make it out of the top 10. The Chargers, followed by the Chiefs. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I don't see a ton of surprises there. I think a lot of the picks make sense to me. What do you think, Whit?
Yeah, I think that the biggest surprise was number one, Nick. We had a chance. Jump and I talked to Nick and want to get his opinion, because having the number one pick, I've never had it in a draft. I don't think you've ever had it, Jump. A lot of people don't get it. I mean, you get it once, maybe every decade if you're lucky.
Well,
I think
32
once
guys. I mean, how many years you got to play for that for that
exactly
lottery to
32
hit,
years,
right?
I'll be really old, yeah, by
Right.
that time. So he said, it's funny. I asked a few questions about, what made him make the pick of the Eagles and why the Eagles, and if he had the number one pick, who would you go with? And he said he's been wanting a top seven pick for the Eagles for a long time, and he had him as my number one by far. He's an Eagles fan his whole life,
Fly,
loves
Eagles,
them to
fly.
death, and never got to use them for one season. So, I mean, I understand that. I mean, I'm the same way. Dolphins never use. I know a lot of guys in this league that have their favorite teams they have never been able to use. So, and I asked him what he likes about their potential. Because, I said they're
Oh yeah,
young, they've got a lot of talent. He says he likes Jalen Hurts as a mobile quarterback.
good
If he
man and
can
QB.
develop him correctly in the additions of AJ Brown and Jacoby Dean and Jordan Harris and Bradbury and all their draft picks and free agent pickups, he thinks he can build a solid roster. So, I mean, what do you think, Jump?
I get it. I love the Eagles. So I'll go one. I'm rooting for Nick now. Anyone who is the Eagles, I will root for. I would love that Bellis was the Eagles before I got to root for them because he's, Bellis is the man too. So, Nick, I'm rooting for you. Fly, Eagles, fly. I did not think they were making it to me at 18 or 19 or whatever it was. So I was happy to see them go one. And I agree. They got young talent, fun talent,
Oh yeah,
cap
I think they're
room.
loaded. I think you build them the right way. You have a team that will compete every year.
Yeah, you can compete immediately and in the future. I like that pick a lot. And then followed by maybe if there was a surprise, it would be the Jets at 2. Like that seems high for the Jets, but that is Bellis. Bellis and Admin. My guess is some thought process. He didn't want to take the best team available. He wanted something that'd be fun to build that he could make a monster because he's competitive, right? But I assume he wasn't ready to take like the Bills, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
so I like the pick of the Jets. I think he's going to be awesome with the Jets because he's great. But that one was maybe the surprise for me.
Yeah, that one, he was between a couple teams, and being an admin and being that high up, a lot of people give him a hard time, Ray Admin. So, being that high up, they think, it's something going on or whatever. So for him to take that team is very honorable, I think. And I think that's a lot of talent, man. I think that
Oh
Jets
yeah,
team has a ton of talent. I mean, ton of young talent, and I mean, he'll build that up so fast. He'll be winning that division here before you know it. So
oh yeah.
not year
Only
one, I
so
hope.
noble because that is still a pretty like I think the if you were doing a power ranking in my mind for
Hmm.
teams to pick in the draft, Jets would be around 10. So it's not like a
Yes.
crazy pick because they do have a lot of talent to build.
Yeah, I think young quarterback, young nucleus on offense and defense. Yeah, they're a team that was. I had them pegged. I mean, I was there. They were my, it was Dolphins, Saints, and then Jets and Colts. So I was right
All
there. I mean,
right.
that was a team I had top five for myself. So
I didn't I generally have like a pretty good team power rankings or at least a list of what I wanted to do. I did not break it down quite as much as I have in past years. I was more excited for this team draft than I have been in a long time, just because I want to get back to it.
yeah,
But I didn't really break it. Being at like 20, didn't really break it down to exactly who I wanted. I wanted to just see where we are at, like 12, 15, and
yep,
kind of go from there.
yep.
And we'll be able to see kind of where all this laid out here in just a second. But yeah, so just changes, where you're at in that draft kind of changes how you
Yeah, well,
look at
it's funny.
the
Look
team.
at 2, 3, and 4 Jump. You got Jets, Dolphins, and Bills. Almost wrapped up the whole AFC East within the top five
Right.
picks.
And I think Jelly picked up the Patriots at the end. So
Yeah, Jelly picked up the Patriots.
what
So
a
so you got
wonderful cherry on top.
yeah, and he's a big Patriot fan, I know. And so
Yeah,
Nate
that's
got the
exciting.
Dolphins, and I mean the Dolphins. I mean that's just undeniable. They've got speed. I mean they've got a good young core. Buffalo's got a great team. So that division, man, that's hard. That's a hard division to call.
And I had that Dolphins team. I mean, that Dolphins team's young, a lot of buildable pieces, even more nasty now, probably with Tyreek, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
and
Waddle
Waddle.
getting
Yeah, Waddle. Those two together, you got great defense, young defense. So Bills are. We know where Bills are at. We know the Cardinals. I mean, it's funny. And then you went Bucks and Saints. So I mean, it's funny. You kind of started seeing divisions. So the AFC East was almost wrapped up. You had the NFC South with two picks
right.
back to back. So Andy went Bucks. I went with Saints at 7, so I was lucky enough to have an early pick. And my son's a huge Saints fan, so I got Saints gear like this chair and everything else in this house, all Saints. So all
That's
my stuff for
awesome.
the Dolphins are gone. I'm going with Saints, and had to be true to my
Would that
word.
be like your number two team in the
Oh,
NFL?
yeah, I've taken, I mean, with my son being a fan, it's been, we went down to New Orleans this year, so this summer, and went to the training practice facility. And just, I think the world of the organization, and people down there, and really nice people. And, you take a liking to, a team, of course, Drew Brees, and what New Orleans is about. But yeah, for me, it was, was my team one, and then my son's team too. So that
That's
made it
awesome.
easy for me, so
That's cool. Yeah, I got my number two. Eagles went one. If I'm gonna root for someone else,
yeah.
Lions. I think right after that team draft, I called a buddy. I said, "Hey, week one's Eagles Lions. Let's go." So we got tickets to take the kids. It'll be great.
There you go.
But now
There you go. Very
I rep
nice.
both my teams.
No,
But
I
here,
think
let's
I think I think there's no surprises really. Jump. I think that, I mean, the Colts are very high as well. Chargers, we know, are going to be. I mean, and the Chiefs. I mean, I don't think there's really any teams that were surprised that they made the Jets at 2 because of their young
no.
talent. But you put them in the right person's hands, and they'll build them up quickly. So
Yeah, when you look at the top 10, it's kind of like the top part of it was a lot of teams that have some building to do. Like the Eagles, you are pretty close, but you'd argue there's some building still. Dolphins certainly have building, Jets a lot of building. And then at the end of that top 10, you're getting into some really talented teams, Saints, Colts, Chargers, Chiefs, like those are so and Bucks, right? So
yeah.
there's
Oh
a
yeah.
pretty good mix in there.
No, it's good. It's a good team draft. I think, everybody enjoys it. I mean, it's nice you got your team.
Yeah.
When did you pick, Jump? What number was that?
Think it was 19. I was 18 or 19. I was very excited to see the
Yeah, because
Lions still
Lions
there.
were on a lot of people's list too. They're young. They've got a lot of talent. They're turning things around too. So
If I was doing that, I mean, the way I like, I probably would have had Eagles, Lions top three no matter where I was. So that's pretty cool.
yep.
Did you want to break down these divisions?
Yeah, so let's go over the divisions now. So we on Twitter we have a poll up for who's going to win the divisions, kind of out of the gate. Voting. Hopefully everybody voted in GZ. I want to make sure everybody votes. I know I voted. Some comments in there. People that are brand new like Gonzo. He'll get to know everybody, and play lows. We got elite. We've got guys in the middle. We've got guys that, like myself, I can improve, but I'm excited to be a part of this. And so we got NFC or the AFC. So we'll start with the AFC East. We got
Yeah.
the
I want to real quick just also Bellis, thank you, buddy, for getting or whoever's getting those polls out. We're gonna try like the more of that stuff that we all can do, the more we can go over during these podcasts. We'll probably try and have more of that stuff out there. If they can't, maybe I'll try and throw some out. But yeah, whenever you can do those polls and stuff and be engaged, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, please. I love getting on that, and seeing what GZ's doing, updates in the league. I know as we start the league here in the near future, we'll start seeing that page start popping off with a lot more content too. So, but the AFC East, I mean, we just talked about Bellis. He's one of the elite players of this league. So right now he's out of the gate of taking the AFC East with Chandy, and the Bills right behind him. So what
I
do you
think
think
that'll
about
be a
that?
good one.
I think so. I think that's gonna be a great division. I think and I think, Jelly's no joke. I mean, there's
No,
a lot of good players in that division. So that'll be a very, very tight division. So
I think so.
um, what do you think about the AFC North?
AFC North, that was so all right. AFC North, we got the Browns, new Gonzo in there, and then you got Oscar, Malibu, and Deke. Yeah, that's and plus, pretty good teams. That's
Yes.
who's
Yeah.
leading that one right now? Is that Oscar
Right
out in
now is
front?
Oscar. It was Oscar with the Steelers, Malibu with the Ravens.
Right.
Both, great players, been a part of the community for a long time. So
And
um,
Malibu's in this, CFM community. He's huge. He's good. I would expect
yeah.
that's probably closer than the poll indicates,
Yes.
just because
Yes.
Oscar's Oscar and he's GZ and Malibu's been in and out here and there, so more people know Oscar. but I think that'll be a pretty
Yeah,
close
Deke's
one
not
too.
slouch either, but nice. It
No,
was nice. Gonzo, I tell you what, Gonzo came up pretty nice with a solid team as low
yeah,
as he
was that the
picked.
last pick then?
No, was he last pick? He might have been the last pick.
The
No, because
Browns.
it was Chuck, and then it was last pick was Estrada.
Oh,
So
okay,
no,
okay.
Gonzo was about low 20s, and I tell you
Oh, he
what, they
was
kept
30.
dropping. Yeah.
Cleveland went to 30. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that was shocking. I was really surprised. I think a lot of people were worried about their
So
salary
much
cap
talent.
and everything like that. But their talent, they got a lot of talent on that team. So Gonzo's are going to start off with a really nice team. So
Yeah, if he can, he'll, that'll be a nice ease, but it's certainly not an ease with Malibu and Oscar in there. It'll be pretty tough.
yeah, that's gonna be a tough division. I've played both those guys for many years, and they're both solid players. So, and then in the AFC South, we've got Waltz, one of our admins, very dominant, won Super
Yeah,
Bowls. The guy, I mean, enough said about Waltz. He's a really good player. You got Ant with the Colts coming in second in the voting so far. I haven't seen Ant play that much, so we'll
I
see
was gonna
what
ask you. I don't really know much
I don't know
about
much
Ant
about
other
him. I
than
know that he was in for a while, and then it sounds like he's really good. I mean, I'm excited to kind of watch him and see how he plays.
yeah, at
Um,
least by bravado, right? Like
exactly.
that should be a pretty exciting. I mean, Victor is not bad,
No,
right? And then
Victor's no slouch either. I mean, you got some good. I mean, that's a
I'm
tough division too, man. I mean, it's solid. So,
if Ant's good, which it sounds like he is, with with the tornado, Victor and Waltz in there.
oh
Yikes.
geez, yeah. Well, the tornado will sneak up on you as well. That man will. You think you got the game in hand, and he just comes around and beats you. You wonder what happened. So,
I love Jaden's one of my favorite people to play because I feel like you have to be almost perfect all of the time because he
oh yeah.
is. And
Oh yeah,
then just
watching his games jump, I'm like, he just sees stuff that I'm like, how does he see that before it even materializes? I'm like, this guy's just solid.
so that should be I'm glad they're all in a division. That should be a fun one.
That'll be a fun one. And then you wanted to touch on the AFC West?
Yeah, so we got Dylan with the Chiefs, which that's a team. If he can do it, that's the team to do it with. Chili with the Broncos, Mills with the Bolts, and Scott with the Raiders. That's going to be a
That's another
that's going to be a
division, man.
talkative division.
Oh, that's a yeah. Buck talks a lot. Mills won't back down.
No,
Yeah, nobody in that
Dylan,
division will back down, man. Scott won't
Dylan
back down.
Scott.
Scott doesn't back down to anybody. So
This will be a fun.
those guys will be going back and forth. That'll be a fun division to watch.
It'll be competitive. And really, if Chuck's going to have a team, Broncos might be about perfect because we all know he can't build a team or manage it for his life. So that team's pretty well built already.
Yeah,
As
yeah, he
long
doesn't have
as
to do much. I mean, there's not much. There's a lot of young talent on that team. I mean, I know he hates drafting, so I don't have to worry.
can't do
I
it.
think he'll be all right. So
So I think he'll be out of the gate. He'll have a team he can compete with. I'm still going to Mills with the Chargers is whew, that's tough. That's reminiscent of him with the Bills, it seems like last year. And that's
yeah,
gonna be
Mills. Yeah, I
you
think
can almost
Mills, like
chalk
I
12,
said,
13
out of the
wins.
gate, he's a favorite by far. I think Chuck will be behind him, but I think out of the gate, it's gonna be hard for anybody to compete against Mills season one
I
with
think
that
Chuck's gonna be
team. I mean, that
close.
team's solid. So
I'm guessing that one comes down to a game.
yes,
12
yes.
wins, 11 wins. That should be a pretty good one. Because
Yeah,
I do think Chuck with that Broncos team built is gonna be pretty nasty.
or will be.
Um, as we move to the NFC, we can start. Let's start with the NFC East here, and the number one pick, the Eagles. Nick with the Eagles. T. White went with the Cowboys. Okay, Estrada with the Giants. Yep, and Roadhouse with the Commanders. So we already touched on the Eagles. I think Nick's going to be. I don't know a ton about how Nick plays if I'm trying to remember, but that Eagles team's pretty good.
Yeah, and
What do you think?
Estrada right now is second favorite. So Estrada's, I mean, he's known in the community
Estrada's
by a
great.
lot of people. That man Estrada has been around the community and does a lot for the community, not just for gains, but I mean helps people out in a lot of different ways. So I mean, I have much respect for Estrada.
He is
He
that dude.
plays. He's a very good player, very smart, knows how to play the game. So yeah, that division will be a tough division. I mean, it's T White's good too. I mean, Tyler's no joke either. I mean, he's I played him like last cycle a lot, and man, he was tough. Man, he was really tough.
And Roadhouse took over the Texans late last year. Was that right?
Yes, yes. He's another guy that really is an honor to be with and be in, GZ. He's a really good person, family man, just all around good guy. Will do anything for you. I mean, just like I said, I think most of the people in this league, probably 99.9%, are very just family oriented, very, I mean, will help anybody out, anybody needs anything. So it's nice to have a group of guys that it's not about wins or losses, it's about having fun. And if somebody's in need or needs something above and beyond GZ, we step up and take care of it. So yeah,
Awesome.
that division is going to be good. I mean, it's I mean, it's hard. I mean, these divisions kind of laid out to be very, all of them are good. I mean, there's not one I can say is a bad division. So
No, I was gonna say I think it all so far as I'm looking at this again, I really like the way it plays out. All right, where are we at next here?
NFC North.
Right on. Yeah, all right. So my division, we got my Lions, who are obviously gonna take it every season. The Vikings, Blake's got the Vikings there. My man Squib with the Packers. Me and Squib have been in leagues now for about a decade.
Oh,
And
geez.
and Tiger with the Bears, who was in my division last year with the Jets. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm very excited to have to be in a division with Bling again. Him and me have been in a division my very first Madden
Really,
CFM. So
that's
mhm.
funny. That's funny how that laid out. Squib, yeah, that's another one. Squib's leading with Jump right behind him in the polls right now.
He should definitely be ahead of me. Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's Jump. You're no slouch. Squib's no slouch. I mean, that division is going to be very tight. Um, I mean, everybody's a good player there. I mean, it's hard. I mean, like I said, I don't know how this game plays. So I mean, it plays a lot different too. So I mean, it's a lot
Yeah,
of the
Tiger's
stuff.
definitely beat me before.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
we're used to each other. And Blake, who was Blake last? Was he the Bucks? I apologize, I forget.
Wasn't no, Deke was a Vikings. Hold on, I think he was.
Raiders.
He might have. Yeah, I think it was the Raiders. It might have been
Yeah,
the
right on.
Raiders. Yeah, yeah. So
So
then
yeah,
let's jump to the NFC South.
yeah,
So
yours, buddy. Do it.
that's my division. So we got Q leading, leading the polls with the Falcons. I've got the
Q's nasty.
Saints. Got
Yeah,
Lycan with the Panthers, and Chandy with the Bucks. So I've been wanting to play with Lycan since we started this league.
that's
Never
awesome.
never played with him. Q same way, and Chandy. So all of us are new to each other. I don't think any of us have. I've never been in the. I've been with
Not
Deke a few
Chandy.
times.
You
Huh?
don't. You don't have Chandy. You have Chandler.
Chandler, yeah. So there's two. That's the problem with Chandy and Chandler. We got two of those guys that we had to kind of separate. But yeah, he's already mad at me because the second last draft last cycle, I got the X Factor superstar quarterback when he traded up in front of me. So he's probably gonna come at me with guns blazing this year to make sure that I fill every loss. So I'm
Oh, that's
sure
right.
he's
Is
gonna be
that who?
coming for me.
That's who you took as your keeper?
Yeah, that's how I took him in my keeper,
Oh,
Philip Hewitt. Yeah, I drafted. He was so mad. He was like, "I traded up when I got the worst quarterback." He was so mad. I was like,
I
"Man, don't
remember. Oh
worry
yeah,
about it." I said, "Dude, it's nice to have. It's nice to start a cycle with a nice quarterback. It's my first time jump, so I think I'm excited. Q is top player in the league. That guy's no joke. I mean, Lycan's a great player. I mean, he'll run the ball on you and just, I mean, kill you with the run. And then, like I said, Chandler, I'm just wondering. I don't know how he plays. We played a little bit, but not. I don't know his play style. But Q is tough, man. He knows. He reads stuff. He's really good. So
what was it? I might have been the first season of GZ where Q was in my division as the Bengals and I was the Ravens. I think with yeah, and that was Q's fun. Q's just,
Oh,
if
Q
you
is
jump
fun,
into,
man. He's fun. His streams are great. He's high energy, just fun, man. So
I'm excited for you guys' games. Those will
yeah,
be
I'm
fun
excited.
watches.
So we'll jump to the NFC West now.
Yeah. So we got uh A Ross with the Seahawks. And that Seahawks team's pretty depleted, but that's a good player. So hopefully he can overcome a little bit of that. Floppy, of course, with the 49ers. Awesome. And Pooj, Senor Miso Pooj with the Rams. And we got the Dua Lipa fan page with the Cardinals.
No, that
Sorry.
division too, man. I mean, I know Pooj and Zach and A Ross. I mean, that division. I mean, that's another tight division. It's like, I mean, right now Zach's leading in the polls. Andy's right behind him. A Ross with the Seahawks. So I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, it's like I said, it's how you manage it and the game. And I mean, who gets? I mean, the first season is really hard to say who's going to win
Oh,
because
dude, yeah.
it's a brand new feel to a game, and you don't know what's going to happen. So
Are those all Indiana guys? Is that all South Bend
think, yeah,
friends?
all South Bend. I mean, this league is
That's cool.
dominated by South Bend, and these guys are blast in the chat and have fun. So, I mean, we're gonna wrap this up. We have about a minute here. So right now, strongest division. What do you think? Oh,
I mean, I think you have to. I mean, it's got to be Waltz and them, right?
yeah,
Like
I think AFC
Waltz and
South. I
you
think
put
AFC
Jaden and
South. You
Waltz
got
by themselves in a division. That's a tough division.
yes.
Then you add, what I'm hearing about Ant. I mean, that's
You got
and
Jaden, you
Victor.
got Walsh, you got Ant. I mean, that by far, I
That's
think
tough.
AFC South that's going to be a tough division, a
There
very
is
very tough
there's
division.
a lot of like potential rivalries I'm seeing. Like I can't
Yes.
wait to see Chuck and Mills.
Oh yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to me and Bling. There's a handful of those that I'm
Yeah, me
really
and Q.
excited for.
I've been talking a little bit, talking down to not talking down, but talking some crap to Q. So he's probably fired up and
Good.
everybody else. So Lycan, it's hard to be try to talk crap to him. I can't talk crap to Lycan. He's my boy. So
Yeah, he's just like, cool. Can we have a beer?
I love Lycan, man. It's hard, man. He's so much fun just to hang out with and talk to and all that and jump on his stream. So
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, we got a week, GZ, a week to the release of Madden.